are lots of different foods that you can get in both Germany and the US. Ice cream, popcorn, chips, but just because you can get these foods in both countries does not mean that these foods are totally the same in the two places. Hey everyone, I'm Donna and you're watching Wanted Adventure Living Abroad. I love pizza, so let's start with pizza. Like the rest of the items in this video, the general principle of pizza is the same in Germany and the US. But pizza in Germany is often, not always, but often, from my experience, served uncut, whereas pizza in the US usually arrives at the table cut into slices already. Actually, I don't think that I have ever gotten a pizza in the US that wasn't cut already. Also, many of the common pizza toppings in Germany and America are the same. Mushrooms, onions, pepperoni, which this one does cause a little bit of confusion because in Germany, a pepperoni pizza spelled with just one P in the middle of the word pepperoni means that it's a pizza with peppers on it. So if you come to Germany and you want a similar pizza to pepperoni pizza in the US, look for the pizza called salami pizza. But anyway, in Germany, another common pizza topping is tuna fish. Yes, that's right, tuna fish pizza. In both the US and Germany, you've got vanilla ice cream, but it's not the same. In Germany, the vanilla ice cream sold in the store is yellowish in color, and it's called bourbon vanilla ice cream, and kind of reminds me of what we call French vanilla ice cream in America. On the other hand, the standard, just kind of normal vanilla ice cream in the US is white and is like the ice cream that is inside of the Magnum bars here in Germany. Another difference that I've noticed is that ice cream in Germany is often softer. In America, when you take ice cream out of the freezer, you usually have to let it sit out on the counter for a few minutes to soften up before you can scoop it out of the container. I have definitely bent a few spoons in my life from not waiting and just trying to dig into the ice cream in the US while it was still hard. So sorry, Mom and Dad. That's why the spoons were bent. But in Germany, at the beginning, I did the same thing and I left the ice cream out on the counter to soften up, only to come back a few minutes later to a melty just mess. German ice cream is soft to begin with. You don't need to leave it out on the counter unless you want ice cream soup. The big difference here is the flavor. In America, barbecue is a popular flavor of chip, while in Germany, paprika flavor is common. Now in German, paprika can mean the spice paprika, but paprika is also the word for a bell pepper, and a lot of the packages of paprika flavored chips prominently showcase a red bell pepper on them. I guess that means that one of the most popular chip flavors in Germany is red bell pepper flavored chips, which is cool. I just think that it's interesting that a vegetable supplied the inspiration for a super popular chip flavor, you know? I didn't see that coming. Like chips, one of the big differences with soda is flavor. For one, Coke and Pepsi and other kinds of sodas that exist in both countries do often taste different in each place. Also, I would say that to me, it kind of seems like the US in general just sort of experiments more with soda flavors and different flavors. Like in the US, you often see these limited edition flavors popping up. They're only around for a limited amount of time, and I don't really think that I've seen that happening so much here in Germany. But in Germany, there is a drink that I tried in my very first Trying German Snacks video that is really popular here. It's called Spezi, and it's a mix of cola and orange soda. And I don't think that I've ever seen something like that in the US. I've also noticed that some of the caps are different on some of the bottles here in Germany. Not all of the bottles, but some of the bottles here are made of a thicker plastic, and then the cap on top is also sturdier too. I have trouble getting them on and off. In America, the default setting of popcorn is salted. You can get different kinds of popcorn at the store, and I know that kettle corn is another popular kind of popcorn, and that's a sweeter version of popcorn, but I would still say that in general, The overwhelmingly most common kind of popcorn in the US is salted popcorn. Whereas in Germany, sweet seems to be the most common popcorn flavor, but at most of the movie theaters that I've gone to in Germany, I'm pretty sure you can also get salted popcorn, but I was really shocked the first time that I went with Mr. German Man to the movies here in Germany, and he was like, "So what kind of popcorn do you want?" I was just like, "Well, normal popcorn, right?" And he said, "Okay, so sweet." And I was like, wait, hold up, what? Are you telling me that you can get sweet popcorn at the movie theaters in Germany? And he was like, yeah, sweet or salty. Right there in the movie theater, we then had a super life-changing moment of cultural, mind-blowing realization. Sometimes in movies or TV shows, they show people in a movie theater eating popcorn. And I asked Mr. German Man, when you see that, are you always imagining that they're eating sweet popcorn? And he said yes. He always just assumed that it was sweet popcorn in their containers. And I was like, no, they're definitely meant to be eating salty popcorn in those clips. You can't get sweet popcorn in American movie theaters. Yeah, it was a big moment. So my question for you is, what have you noticed? What kinds of foods are the same but different in different places? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I also hope that you will enjoy the bloopers that are coming up next. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. How are foods different? Same but different. Ice cream. The big difference here is the flavor. In America, barbecue is a popular flavor of chip, not a favor of chip, flavor. Minutes later, only to come back a few minutes later. Okay, got it.